Good morning, guys. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Tomorrow will mark 1 month since our shelter-in-place order here in Oregon took effect. And with that, we're being advised to buy groceries 2 weeks at a time to limit our exposure at grocery stores and places that we can't avoid going to. Today, I want to start a new segment. It'll be a series of videos of things that you should have in your house, whether you live in a rural area like I do, or you live in a residential area. If you're buying groceries 2 weeks at a time, and say you have a big storm that just hit the southeast where power could be knocked out for days on end, you could potentially lose that 2-week supply of food that you have in your fridge. Today I'm starting a new segment, sort of like my New Tool Monday segment, except those are tools that are nice to have. This is going to be more things that I feel every household should have. I believe my first winter here, I picked up this 7,000 watt generator from Home Depot. It was about $1,000. I bought this because there was a big windstorm forecast for the area. Power lines are still overhead out here, so it's not uncommon for us to lose power with a tree or a limb catching a line. If you're like me out in the country, you might be on a well. That well needs electric power to run. If you don't have power, you have no water to your house. So I bought this one because my well is 220 volt. This has a 220 plug on it. This generator, this is actually a job site generator. It's loud. It's not ideal for a neighborhood situation or camping or anything other than running high wattage equipment. This generator does have electric start. It's got a battery here. However, when this is running, the battery does not charge off of the unit itself. You have to plug it in to keep the battery charged. That's kind of one drawback of this particular generator. That being said, this generator actually was powering my stand-up air compressor and my plasma torch I was using a few weeks ago, making the fire pit hood in another project. This thing has got tons of power. It has a wattage meter that displays how much percentage of the power that you're using. It also has an hour meter that will tell you how long the engine will run at the load it's under with the fuel that you have. Very handy gauge here. I'm going to go ahead and start this up so you can kind of get a feel for how loud it is, show you how the gauge works. Now this thing's about 4 or 5 years old. I need to replace this battery, so I'll have to pull start it, which is a bit of a feat, but it's doable. So let's get this thing fired up. Alright, I'm going to plug my miter saw into it. We'll see how loud it gets and see what the hour difference is on the meter as far as runtime. Well, you can probably tell that gets really loud. But again, for use out here in the country, that is perfect. Now my well actually runs off the panel up here in my shop, which is a meter totally separate from my house. I have a plug that goes directly from the generator to my panel in here through a transfer switch, which is critical if you're going to wire your generator into your electrical panel. You've got to have a transfer switch that will isolate the grid from your panel, because you could do some serious damage to a lineman trying to repair lines if you're backfeeding power. So never plug a generator into your house without a transfer switch. So again, this was about $1,000 at Home Depot, 7,000 watts. It'll run a lot of equipment. Like I said, I bought it to run my well. But let's say you live in a neighborhood and this thing would be just too loud. For that kind of situation, this is the unit right here. This is a brand new Cummins Onan 4500 watt inverter generator. It is super quiet. It's every bit as quiet as a Honda at about a third the price. This generator right here I paid $1,049 for. It is packed with awesome features. Now this has a 30 amp RV style plug, which is what I'll probably be using this for mostly, is to plug our trailer into. You've got two 20 amp 110s. You've got outlets to run a second generator parallel so that you can double the wattage. And one thing I've never seen on a portable generator, you've got two USB ports. Really awesome. Now, like the DeWalt, the Cummins has push button electric start. It has a pull cord backup. But one really awesome feature is this. It has a remote start that will work up to 103 yards away. That is the best. That is the best thing right there. Now, last weekend we had plans to go RVing with several of our friends at another friend's property out in Lake Billy Chinook over in the Bend area. And because of the virus, well, that obviously wasn't going to happen, but we didn't want to let that stop us from enjoying some time in our RV, so we hauled it all the way over here and we put the generator through its paces. Now, one thing I really like about this generator, I know I've said it before, but I don't even know if the camera can pick up the sound. That's the microwave coming on. I've got a heated seat here. Another thing this trailer has that's a great test for the generator, it has two electric fireplaces. Now that sounds ridiculous, and I thought it was ridiculous when we bought this. But those things put out a lot of heat, and if you're in a campground, it saves you from burning your propane. It doesn't make nearly as much noise as the furnace kicking on. Let's go ahead and fire it up, see if we can hear the generator. So that's on high. I don't even know if you can hear the difference. So now we've got both fireplaces on high. You can, I don't know if the phone's picking it up, but still very quiet. Well, I've got both fireplaces going. I've got the outdoor TV on. I've got the refrigerator inside and outside running, and you can barely hear the generator. If I had the TV turned up, we probably wouldn't hear it at all. I don't even know if the phone's picking up the generator sound right now, but it is very minimal. I'm super happy with that Cummins Onan. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stick around. I've got another one coming up next week. It's a pretty awesome product that I'm going to be sharing with you. Falls in line with things that I feel everybody should have in their household. Anyways, what's your go-to? What's the one thing that, or what are the things that you find to be a necessity around your house? Leave it in the comments below, and you might see it in a future video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.